You know, in every building, there's a silent guardian. It's that fire alarm system, sitting up there on the wall. We see them all the time, right? But do we ever really think about them? More importantly, do we trust that they'll actually work when it matters most? Well, today we're going to dig into the world of fire alarm maintenance, and I'll show you exactly how to make sure your silent guardian is always awake and ready to do its job.
So let's just get right to it. Here's the big question. Your fire alarm is there, the little light is blinking, but is it really awake? Are you genuinely protected, or are you just living with a false sense of security? Because let me tell you, a neglected fire alarm isn't just a useless box on the wall. It's actually worse than having no system at all. It's basically lying to you, telling you you're safe when you might be in serious danger.
To really understand this, I want you to imagine a story, a tale of two systems. They start out identical, installed on the same day, but one is looked after, and the other, well, it's just forgotten. As you're about to see, their paths and their ability to save lives couldn't be more different. And the difference is, honestly, night and day. A maintained system, that's your reliable shield, always ready. But the neglected one, that's a disaster waiting to happen. The real danger isn't just that it might fail, it's that it gives you this comforting feeling of safety while your actual risk is quietly growing every single day. And this graph, wow, this graph tells the whole story. Look at that green line. That's our maintained system holding strong and steady at about 95% reliability. But that red line? Yikes. That's the neglected system, and it is in a total nosedive. With every month that passes, its ability to do its job just plummets, and the risk of a catastrophic failure, it just skyrockets. 95%. Let's talk about that number. That's the gold standard. With consistent professional maintenance, your fire alarm system can and absolutely should be 95% reliable. That's the benchmark you want to hit. That's real peace of mind. Now, let's look at the other side of the coin. 65%. This is the danger zone. When a system's reliability sinks this low because of neglect, the chance of it completely failing during a real fire becomes terrifyingly high. That is absolutely not a gamble anyone should be willing to take. There's a quote from our source material that just says it all. Fire detection systems are not install and forget systems. You just can't screw them to the wall and walk away expecting them to work forever. They are active safety devices, and they need ongoing attention to do their life-saving job. So what can you actually do about it? Well, the good news is it's not all on the professionals. As a building owner or manager, you have a really crucial role to play in making sure that system is ready to go day in and day out.
And your first line of defense is this simple weekly test. It's a 6-step routine, and pretty much anyone can do it. First, you just give your monitoring service a heads up. Then, you activate one of the manual call points, the little red break glass boxes. Make sure the alarms actually go off. Then, you just reset the box, reset the main control panel, and, this is key, you write it all down in your logbook. It's a quick habit that makes a huge difference. And beyond that weekly test, just using your eyes can be a huge help. Do a quick visual scan. Is a new plant or a filing cabinet blocking one of the call points? Do you see any cracks or weird corrosion on a device? Does each detector have plenty of clear space around it? These little checks can help you spot a problem long before it turns into a real crisis. Okay, so your weekly checks are vital, don't get me wrong, but let's be clear. Some things absolutely have to be left to the professionals. There are some really technical, complex tasks that not only require expertise, but are also required by law to be done by certified technicians. And here's the bottom line. Getting a professional service done at least twice a year isn't just a good suggestion, it's a legal requirement. This is what ensures your system isn't just working, but that it's also fully compliant with all the safety codes and regulations. This schedule kind of shows you what that professional care looks like. So while your team on-site handles the daily and weekly checks, the pros are going way deeper. They're doing quarterly tests on detector sensitivity, and then once a year, they do a massive full system inspection. We're talking testing every single device, checking battery health, updating software, the whole 9 yards. And you've got to remember, nothing lasts forever. That's especially true for the components in your fire alarm system. The big batteries in the main control panel, they need to be swapped out every 4 years. And the smoke and heat detectors themselves, they have a hard 10-year lifespan. You have to be proactive about replacing these things to keep the system working like new. All right, so you've done your tests, the pros have done their service, you've replaced the old parts. What's left? The paperwork.
I know, it's not the most exciting part, but believe me, it is one of the most important. It's your proof that you're doing everything by the book. You should think of your system's logbook as its official medical chart. Seriously. It's the complete, detailed history of every test, every glitch, every service call, every replacement. In an emergency or during an inspection, that logbook is your ultimate proof that you've been responsible. So after every single professional service, you need to make sure you get these key documents. Don't let them leave without giving you a detailed test report, some kind of service certificate, and of course, your fully updated logbook. Some of the best companies will even give you before and after photos of the control panel screen. This paperwork is your guarantee the job was done and done right. So, here we are, right back where we started, with our tale of two systems. One is a reliable lifesaver ready for anything. The other is a dangerous liability just waiting to fail. The only thing that separates them, a commitment to maintenance. The choice, really, is yours. Which story will your system tell?